Afternoon, everybody. So the topic for today is assigning sales territory. So before moving ahead, let's have a look what a sales territory basically means. So a sales territory comprises of a group of customers or a geographical area assigned to a sales unit. It means just assigning a specific area or a specific customer to a specific sales people so that he'll be responsible for that area only. Okay, now it will be easier for the sales manager to evaluate his performance, to reduce the sales expenses if he'll assign the sale territories. Now, while assigning the salesperson their territories, the manager should consider two criteria. So the first criteria is relative ability of the salesperson. On the basis of this criteria, the sales manager should evaluate the salesperson's key factors, like he should evaluate the salesperson on the basis of his product knowledge, his market knowledge, his past sales performance, his communication and selling skill. So if a sales person have a good product knowledge, he has a good market knowledge, his past sales performance has been very good, his communication and selling skills, his persuasion skills is very good, the skills are very good, so he should be assigned to that territory with maximum revenue, the territory where the maximum revenue can be generated or where more complex situations can arrive. Now the second criteria would be salesperson effectiveness in a territory. Suppose a salesperson is more comfortable, he knows the rural area better than the urban area, so he should be assigned to the rural area so that he can perform better there. Now once the territories has been assigned, now how a salesperson should cover the assigned sale territories, it depends on basically three tasks. The first one is planning efficient routes for salesperson, scheduling salespeople time, and third one is using time management tools. Look on the first task, that is routing. So let's see what routing basically means. So routing is a travel plan, like how a salesperson is gonna travel in his territory for making customer calls. So these are this is the procedure for setting up a routing plan. So the first step is to identify his current and prospective customer on his territory map, just to mark like where his current customers are and where his prospective customers are. Second is classifying his customers into high, medium or low sales potential. Now the salesperson should mark where on his territory where the high, where the medium and where the low potential customers lies. Third is deciding the call frequency for each class of customer, like how much time each class, like high, medium or low class, gonna take. Third is building a route plan around location of high potential customer. Yeah, that is the thing that salesperson should first consider on the location. See, these are the commonly used routing patterns. Suppose the salesperson has a territory from Janakpuri to Dwarka Mode. So in straight line method, first from the base, that is Janakpuri, he'll directly go to the customer who is in Dwarka Mode, and then he'll come back towards to Janakpuri in a straight line. Or either he can go from Janakpuri to Dwarka Mode. The second one is circular method, in which the base is here. The salesperson travel clockwise or anti-clockwise and then gets back to the base. The third one is clover leaf. In this, salesperson travels in a circular form and then gets back to the base, then goes to the another circle, then third and the fourth. Benefits of routing. So the most important benefit of routing is that it helps in reducing time travel and help in reducing costs. So if the salesperson know where he has to go first, where he has to go second, so there will be no issue of backtracking, and it will eventually help in effective cost cutting and in saving time. Second point is scheduling. So scheduling is basically a planning of a salesperson visit to customer. Like it focuses on dividing the slots so that when the salesperson has to visit the customer. Now it basically deals with time allocation issue. So in scheduling, the sales manager should identify the major selling and non-selling activity that a salesperson must perform, and then specify how much time should be spent on such activity so that the salesperson can be a fruitful result. Now, scheduling depends on several factors. Some of the few factors are the type of customers, selling methods, and the selling types required. Now, scheduling is mostly done to save time so that the salesperson can focus on a specific customer on a specific time so that he can perform better. One is time management tools. So to help the outside salespeople to manage their time effectively and efficiently, there are tools available. The first one is high-tech equipment. So the salesperson should be provided laptop computers and cellular phones so that they can use it and save their time effectively. And the second one is inside salesperson who stays within the company. He should be available to provide clerical support, technical support, and for prospecting and qualifying. So that the outside salesperson can spend more time on getting more orders and building a relationship with major customers. We have learned about sale territories. Now let's see what are the benefits of assigning sale territories. The first one is to obtain market coverage. When we'll assign the territories to the salesperson, the market will be fully covered. Second is to evaluate a performance, to evaluate a salesperson performance, as the sales manager would be aware that where a salesperson has been assigned, so it will be easy to evaluate his performance on the basis of revenue earned or number of customers increased in his or her territory. Third is to improve customer relations, and fourth one is to save time by scheduling. Fifth one is to benefit the salespeople and the company. The next one is to allow better matching of the salesperson to the customers.